Hi everyone, my name is Christy and today I'm going to be trying out the new NYX Midnight Chaos Shadow Palette. So I wanted to put up a kind of bonus episode on my YouTube channel today of trying a new makeup product every day because this is another very exciting eyeshadow palette that NYX just came out with. So I wanted to pick this up as quickly as I could and do a full review with swatches and tutorial on this eyeshadow palette. My recent video where I tried out the NYX Swear By It palette was such a success. It was so much fun that I really wanted to try and do the same thing with this Midnight Chaos palette. I have been really loving this Swear By It palette, and I'll make sure to link that video down below if you're curious. So I'm really hoping to like this Midnight Chaos palette just as much. But so it feels like NYX just came out with this new Swear By It eyeshadow palette. So I was so excited and surprised when I saw that Ulta started carrying this Midnight Chaos eyeshadow palette just about a week ago. Alright, I just removed the plastic wrap because it was giving such a glare in my camera. So this is a little better. But so when I saw that this came out at Ulta, I called my local store and they didn't have it the day that it came out. And they said they didn't get their shipments till later on that week. So then when I called the day that they got in their shipment, they still hadn't received it. So I just went ahead and bought it online and I just got it in the mail today. So I'm finally able to try it out. It feels like I was waiting so long. So this retails for $21.99 on Ulta.com, which to me is a pretty high price point for a NYX eyeshadow palette that only comes with 10 shades. So that means that each shade is worth $2.20, whereas the NYX Swear By It palette retails for $35, and that means that each shade in that palette, since there's 40 shades, retails for 87 cents. So if I just did my math correctly, you're paying 2.5 times more per shade in the NYX Midnight Chaos palette, and the size of the pans is basically exactly the same. And I thought $35 was high for the Swear By It palette, but that is seeming so reasonable compared to this basically $22 eyeshadow palette right here. And so, like I said, this comes with 10 different shades. It comes with mattes, metallics, and some duochromes. So I can see that these 4 shades here are the mattes, but I can't tell just from looking at these if they are metallic or duochrome, so we're going to find that out when I do the swatches. And I also like to mention that NYX is a cruelty-free brand. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch each one with my finger and then onto my arm, and I will insert those swatches here. So these swatches are definitely pretty and they have nice pigment, but I'm so surprised because none of these are all the shimmer shades here, are duochrome. They're all just shimmery, glittery eyeshadows. They don't even seem metallic to me. Like maybe this bronzy shade is metallic and that one swatched the most pigmented to me. So I'm kind of let down by that. In the NYX Swear By It palette, the shimmer metallics and duochromes are amazing, like so pigmented, so foiled, and they swatch so nicely. These ones, they definitely swatch nicely, but not as creamy and pigmented as in the Swear By It palette. But I'm very impressed by these matte shades. These matte shades are so bright and they are so pigmented. So I feel like in the Swear By It palette, I was more impressed by the shimmery shades, but in this Midnight Chaos palette, I'm more impressed by the matte shades. So now that I know how each color swatches, I'm gonna go ahead and create an eye look. My favorite swatch was definitely this kind of salmon-y coral metallic shade. So I want that to be my focal eyeshadow in this look. You know, once again, no mirror in this, which is kind of inconvenient for when I'm gonna go ahead and apply my eyeshadow because now I have to get a whole other mirror as well as hold a palette. So for my transition shade in my crease, I'm going to start out with this sienna brown matte shade. And I did already prime my eyelids in order to give this eyeshadow a fair chance. On the eyelid, this sienna brown shade looks very red and pinky, more so than it looks in the pan. It is applying very pigmented though, and blending out very nicely so far. On my eye shape, I like to deepen the outer V, but I just really feel like I don't have a great color to use there. So next, I'm just gonna go ahead and apply with my finger in order to get the most pigment payoff, this shimmery salmon shade onto the outer portions of my eyelid. Wow. The pigment of this shade is so impressive. And these two colors are definitely designed to complement each other. What's very interesting to me is that each shade does have its shimmery, glittery counterpart, so they all have their partners that go really well together. But then as far as like the colors going with each other, not the most cohesive palette. So pretty. All right, next on the inner half of my eyelid, I'm going to go in with this lighter peach shimmer shade. If I had to assume which shadow in this palette is the duochrome, I guess I would assume it's this peachy shade, since it does have some sort of reflecting color change slightly. This shade is not nearly as pigmented and foiled as the other shimmer shade on my eyelid right now though. And then I'll go back in and blend it all together. I am really liking these shade combinations though, because I love the color pink. This is really like a very pretty pink eye look that I have going on. To make this bit less pink though, I want to take the green matte shade on my lower lash line on the outer portion, and then I'm going to go in with the sparkly shade of green on the inner part of my lower lash line. Gosh, that green is applying so nicely. It's so dark and pigmented. Oh, so nice. That looks nice, and it makes it look less like kind of girly, pinky, typical eyeshadow look for me. By adding that pop of green, it does make it a bit more bold. And we do get this shimmery white shade, so I'm going to apply that to the inner corners of my eye and as a brow bone highlight. And we do get some slight duochrome holographic sheen from this white. It has that blue purple type of holographic color sheen to it. That does look really nice when it hits the light. Quite brightening to my eyes. Just gonna top this look off with a layer of mascara. I'm gonna go in with the Urban Decay Perversion Mascara. This eye look would definitely look nice with some false eyelashes, maybe some winged eyeliner on top, but today I just really want to be able to show the eyeshadow very open and clearly. I'm really happy with how this came out. I think my favorite thing about this palette is the complementing shimmer and matte shades. They just go so nicely together. I really felt like these blended out so nicely, and I have had no issue with kickback in this palette. The Swear By It palette has a lot of kickback. Just lightly touching my brush into it would cause kickback, but that was really not an issue with this palette, so that's kind of nice. As far as fallout goes, I do have a bunch of like pink shimmers on my cheeks, so I do get some slight fallout, but nothing major. And now I'm checking my creasing. No creasing. My eyelids wrinkle up so much and there is no creasing happening, which is very important to me for my creasy eyelids. I think these are good eyeshadows. I think that they perform very nicely and they have pretty good pigment, good quality, but these are some tough colors. To want to spend $22 on this eyeshadow palette, you're gonna have to really want to create a lot of bold eyeshadow looks. Like, I think that these are really pretty and I would love to wear them, but for me personally, they're just not everyday eyeshadows. The Swear By It palette that I keep referencing is a palette that I use every single day, multiple times a day, if I want to change up an eyeshadow look. But this, to me, is more of a nighttime palette. And I am so, like, bitter about the fact that it's over $2 an eyeshadow, and then you're paying less than $1 in another NYX palette that performs just as well. So if I were to recommend a new NYX palette, I definitely recommend the Swear By It palette. Like, I'm comparing them right now, and there's basically the exact same shade in the Swear By It palette as in here for all of the colors except for the purple and the white. And the purples were kind of the least pigmented, and this white is a tough white since it does have that kind of holographic sheen to it. But a lot of people don't have the NYX Swear By It palette, so if these are colors that really appeal to you, I think that this is a good quality palette if you're willing to spend the money. So thank you so much for watching. I would love to know in the comments down below your thoughts on this palette. If there are any other types of eyeshadow looks you want me to do with it, let me know. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel because I upload every day at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time trying out a new makeup product. Thank you again for watching. I will see you tomorrow in my next video.